Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to explain about Code Cloud Free Lab for AWS Clouds, and we have already completed till day 27. So this is the day 28. So we are in the Code Cloud Free Lab. So if you are learning day by day, then you can see here we have already completed till 27th, and let me today complete for day 28. And let me show you what is the task for day 28. It's a create a private ECR repository. So basically this ECR repository called uh, whenever the DevOps engineer or cloud engineer trying to build some project related Docker files and building a Docker image, and they want to push that image either a Docker hub or other place. If they are using the AWS, then here is the place, the ECR repository, Elastic Registry repository. So it's a service providing by AWS cloud. So we can create a ECR repository. It should be the private repository. So let's open the lab. Maybe it will take some times, and I will show you how we can create a ECR repository which should be the totally private repository. So once we are doing some um, Docker related work, then we can create a Docker file, and by running the Docker we will create a Docker image and push that image to the ECR repository. Okay, so this one the task. Let me quickly read it. So this DevOps team has been tasked with some container applications. They need to create a private Amazon Elastic Container Registry and store their Docker image once repository created. Okay, build the image from the Docker located in the AWS client. All right. So create a private ECR repository named DevOps ECR. There is a Docker file under the /root/ pf directly on the AWS itself. Build a Docker image using this Docker file and push the same to the newly created ECR repo. The image tag must be latest. Okay, so let me quickly log in our EC AWS. Okay, the task is same. Create private repository, name this one. There is a Docker file under /root/py. Okay, so we should have the just Docker file, the directory on AWS client. Okay, so from once we will create the ECR repository, we will just create this root path in the here, like in the terminal. Okay, so we can this is the AWS console, so we can search here ECR, this one, Elastic Container Registry. Let me copy DevOps ECR. All right, just given DevOps ECR repo name. All right, image tag, mutabilities and meta. table tag. Let me check the tag. Newly created. The image tag must be latest. Okay. No issue. And encryption configuration A is 24. No problem. Alright, then that's it. Okay, the repo is created. Alright, now there is a Docker file under root this one. Okay, let me check this here. ls slash root slash pf. Okay, here is the Docker file. Alright, requirement.txt, everything is there. There is a Docker file under this directory on the AWS client. Build a Docker image and push this Docker file and push the same to the newly created ECR repo. Okay, so we have to build a Docker file. Alright, so once the developer provide this image, we have to just actually build this one, and we have to push the Docker image to the ECR repo. So this is the basically task, so we have to do it. And once the Docker file will be created, we will push this image to the ECR repo. Okay, so our application app.py, one second. So let me show you what is the requirement. Cut requirement. Okay, it's not a good path. Slash root slash pyf slash requirement. Oh, there is no nothing. Okay, so for creating a Docker image, we should have to install Docker. So let me check the Docker version. Yeah. Okay, so let me create a Docker image. So Docker build -t, and what is the Docker file? Okay, so let me give any specific name. We have to give directory in the client Docker name. Okay. mm, no problem. Let me give my app and dot error. Build failed due to the solve failed read docker image, no such file or directory. Okay, I did not keep the directory name slash root, or we can just cd slash root slash py. Okay, slash. All right, now we can run the docker command. Okay, once the ECR repo is creating, let me go to the repo and copy the path. Right. Okay, so once our docker image will be built, then we have to copy this our ECR repo URL, and we will post this image to the ECR by using the command. Okay, so the docker image is building right now. All right, I'm just waiting for a docker image build. Okay, how much is required? Internal loading meta whatever docker libraries. All right, almost completed. We have to just wait for a few minutes. So this is actually things when the developer write the codes for any applications, and they provided that code to the DevOps team. So what need to do the by DevOps team? They need to decide whether or where they want to push the Docker image. So the DevOps team persons need to write a Docker image. So they will first put there in the Docker file, and they will copy the all the source codes where developer um, put it there. Okay, and then the DevOps engineer will run the requirement.txt, so it will be install the all the dependencies, and after that uh, the DevOps engineer need to create a Docker image. Okay, once Docker image will be created, they need to push that Docker image to the ECR repository, or uh, a Docker hub, or any other place where they want. Okay, so our image is created. Let me check. Docker ps, this is the container, and ps hyphen a. Okay, and we can search Docker images. Okay, all right, so our image is created. Okay, so let me quickly push this one. So I need to push this image to the ECR repository. So we will use their docker and will use the tag. Okay, so tag my application my hyphen app latest. It's not a big name, so I just copies, and now we have to push the paste the ECR repo name. Okay, this is the ECR repo name, and we will use here tag latest. Okay, all right. So this is creating the tag. Now let me push this repo. Okay, so now I need to just let me write the docker push. Okay, now the URL of the repo and the tag is latest. Okay, so it will push. All right, so no basic, and let me check here either our no image found summary view push command. Oh, I have to log in this repo first. Okay, this is the Mac. Describe the authenticator. Okay, let me first authenticate this one. Alright, so actually I logged in our ECR repo, and let me push it again. Now it's pushing. So previously what was the issue? Actually it was some authentication issue. So before pushing this image we have to log in our ECR repo. Okay, then if the authentication successfully, then we can push this image. So you can find out the command from here, so it will be show the credentials, then you can use this one. All right, so now we can check here. Yeah, latest image. All right, so what we did here, we have created a ECR repo, then we uh, we have created a docker image, then we follow the login things of the ECR repo, and then push this image to the ECR repo. All right, so this is done. Let me check the task. Perfect. So if you have any confusion, any doubt, do let me on the comment sections. I will answer this. Okay, but you need to do it carefully. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.